what did that money do to the group? What did that do to y'all personally? And did it change anybody? Did it make you feel good, or was it like, damn, this still ain't enough fucking money?
The biggest thing it did, we all moved apart. Like, we got houses. As soon as I got some money, I moved back to Atlanta.
Yeah.
I bought a house in Atlanta. Skinny, B Steel, and Big V, they had houses in Bowling Green, but they all on different sides. Ron, Clutch, and Profit moved back to Louisville. So we all moved where we wanted to move, and that affected us more than anything.
And damn near probably killed the group more than anything. It's just everybody.
So y'all got some money out there. Fuck each other, man.
I mean, we loved each other, and we loved being around each. I just had to get back to Georgia. I always said the first thing I'm gonna do when I get some money is move back to Atlanta.
First thing smoking.
Yeah. In Bowling Green, he wasn't, without money, it was hard.
Why am I there?
Ooh.
Like,
for me, I lived in Bowling Green just to not be famous in Louisville. You know what I'm saying? Just to stay away from the fame. I just lived in Bowling Green on the outskirts.
Yeah.
Because I knew if I was doing that shit in Louisville, I'd either get robbed or get killed.
Come on.
Niggas don't play around in
No,
Louisville.
they don't.
It's crabs in a bucket. It's a bunch of people that's rooting for you, but it's a bunch of people that don't like that shit.
Talk to me about the other side of fame, though, because, a lot of times we talk about the bottle popping and the fun and the shows and stuff like that, but what is the other side of it, including the responsibility of having that fame and money and knowing how to move around out here in these streets?
I mean, taxes.
Yeah.
Losing it all because it doesn't keep coming in, and you put yourself up in this higher level of income that you have to maintain.
Keeping it up.
Your entourage of having a bunch of people you got to take care of around that as well. A bunch of people you gave money to that thought was going to pay you back and don't. That's the price of fame, and trying to have those people around you. And if you like a bunch of yes people around you, then it's very dangerous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you don't like fame, I'm very I'm antisocial. I can be fine by myself in a room all day.
Yeah.
Me and this guy cool, but he'll tell you like, shit, he's a little weird. But fame to me was something that I didn't really want. I wanted the success, not necessarily the fame.
Yeah.
And so I look at it different than just trying to be famous. Famous is like being a 7-year senior in college. Everybody know who you are.
Yeah.
But you might have a shitty job and they might be laughing at you behind your back. When you come into the party, you the life of it.
Yeah.
But you have another side of that is you have to go and deal with who you are because you built up this other thing.
Yeah.
That's what fame is. And if you just a cool person that can come in and watch the guy who's the life of the party, and you can still have a drink and live and chill and kick it in the shadows and no one know you there, that's also equally cool too. You the one probably with the money.
Come on.
The guy's fighting to be, look at me, probably the one who's striding for shit. And it might not even be money, it might be ego.
Yeah.
And that's even better. That's even worse if you have an ego when you're dealing with fame.
My God.
There's all kind of things that'll fuck you up if you have fame coming at you. People win the lottery, and they probably some of the miserable motherfuckers you can probably think of sometimes.
Thanks.
Because they can't handle what comes with it. And that's what comes with fame. Is all of those things you don't never, ever see. It's the fart in the room you don't want to deal with. There's only 2 of y'all in there. You don't want to say it.
Scale, how did it hit you, man?
The same, man. Like, it changed my life. Like, the thing is, are we talking fame or money? Because those are two different things.
Go both down both streets.
It's fortune and fame. It's two different things.
Yeah, fame, I'm not really that guy either. I like to, go in a place to eat and it's just chill. Nobody know me. And it was like that. With Nappy Roots, there's 6 of us, so unless we all six of us walking together, you really not gonna be like, oh, that's so-and-so. It happens sometimes. But
that how it worked too, though, back then.
That's how it worked. But you also do feel you can't just stop anywhere and use the bathroom and be number 2 because somebody might know you. They might know you. I done drove way in the country before, like way deep in Kentucky, and pulled over because I had to use the bathroom. First person I see is like, you from Nappy Roots? I'm like, yeah, can I use your bathroom? But so we that famous. Well, you might get recognized going into somebody's bathroom. But nah, it's cool for me. Everything happened like it's supposed to, man. The money, the fame, I wouldn't change none of it. Yeah. The only part that I will say kind of threw us off as Nappy Roots is that when it all came, we moved and we separated more so, We was away from each other, and as college kids, we was sharing burgers. Yeah. Like, we was sleeping on couches, and Skinny slept under my dining room table for like 2 to 3 weeks. For real, just so he didn't get stepped on when my cousin going to work.
Yeah.
Like he slept under a dining room table while I slept on the couch. But that's, you can't, once you get fame and money, you ain't finna do none of that.
Come on.
Yeah.
You ain't doing none of that. So we became vegans and shit. Like my biggest thing, I stopped drinking.
What?
That's how, whatever changed me.
Yeah.
I tried something new.
Yeah.
Lost all my friends. Like I wasn't even, like we couldn't even kick it in the green rooms like we used to. They be over here, I'm over here looking at them get drunk. It's just, I felt judgmental.
Man, look at y'all. It didn't take long at all. I could tell how he was looking at us. Y'all coming cool together. But now you got your bar, you got your green room, they got the rider fulfilled. Everybody got their own bottle. This is when we at the height of our shit. He wanted to go vegan and go green
and stop
drinking. Like the height of our shit, he want to do some 3-stack shit.
I was living a better life. Like they looking at me like you changed.
He
like,
was above us. But
I'm back now though.
When he came back, we was there for him.
Come on. At the height though, man, what is that like when you got the lights, camera, and action at the very height of the career, man? That rare air, that space that everybody's dreaming of trying to get to. What was that experience like for y'all at the damn top?
It happens for me on stage. Like I remember a couple times on stage, even being in Kuwait, performing with Kid Rock and a bunch of other stars for the USO tour. It's like, damn, I'm really over here because of rap. Like I'm over here because of rap, and that's like damn near impossible to be doing what we doing. And these people over here know our music. It was just amazing, man. They was getting inspired by. They actually asked for Nappy Roots that year. So to know that we doing all this off of our pen and pad, that's when it hits me on stage. Like, yeah, we doing something big.
Yeah, I think that's it. Like, the stage is the best place for an artist to perform and get that natural feeling anyway of that, like the extra oxygen flowing through you. And I think, from the beginning of what we was doing to where we are right now, the stage is where we feel the most probably fulfilled in regards to what we're here for. Because you can make songs and put them out, but you don't really see the reaction, how people listen to them. They're driving in their own, but the stage or the show is when the fan and the artist get to meet and coincide, and you get to perform that, and they get to hear it in its live, entirety or whatever, how you perform it. So I think that's where it's like, okay, that's the height of it. Like, you can be famous, everybody knows your name, like we talked about earlier, like, that's cool. But when they're chanting your songs back to you, and they're telling you their favorite song, and how this song, took them off the edge, or they changed their life this way, or they got married and they met it, those are the higher parts of being an artist that are part of making it what it is. You know, the money is good. You can be $1 million, or you can be $20. Like, if you know how to manage it and you know how to, handle money, you'll be fine either way. But you can't control how someone feels in the reaction of the music you make and put out. And that to me, again, we talk about success, fame, and fortune. Those are 3 different things. Success to me is in the middle of that. Are you happy with what you do? Do you love what you do and is it fulfilling to others? Are you providing a service to others? That's when you become a wealthy individual. And that's where, again, like I said, now I get the successes that we've had. I get it now more than what we made it then to be what it is. Because people still remember what we did then. And some people can't believe they're meeting this, and some people could give a shit. But somewhere in there, somewhere in between those two people,
it's happiness.
It's happiness. Like, you just got to figure out what makes you happy. And again, like, I find happiness in my success now more than I thought I did when I was on Jay Leno, because that was so fast. Like, that moment was so fast. You talking about a 20-year career, and that was in the first 2 years of it, or the out of the 6 years that we was from the 98 to 2004. Add that up, and that part was just 2002 to 2003. That fame part. But again, we had to come up. We came back with Good Day in 2008.
That's right.
And that song has been picked up and been used in all kind of things. So from 2008 to now, that's 12 years of just Good Day doing what it does. That's different than what we had as what we're talking about when we were a 6-man group and fresh out of college, this, that, and that. So there's 2 levels of how I look at our career now. And that was 2008. Now we're doing Atlantucky and beer and still making music.
Come on.
You know, we just put out the whole 40 Acres Project trilogy over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
If you don't know about that, you have to check that out. A lot of people like, yeah, where y'all been? It's like, man, we still making music. We just want to tell y'all about as much as, you know, the machine used to do it for us, you know.
All right.